about bending. Okay, I had a question about how to bend notes and how to practice bending notes, so I'm going to give you guys some ideas on how to do that. The most important thing with bending notes is your pitch. So for starters, make sure if you're bending a half step or bending a whole step, make sure that you're training your ear to hit the pitch of the note that you're going for. Let's stay a pentatonic scale here in B. We'll stay here. So if I'm going a whole step, okay, if we're going from E to F sharp, you want to bend so that your note reaches that pitch. Your bends are not just random notes. They should be going somewhere. So here's the note I'm playing, here's the note I'm going to. If it's a half step, which a lot of times in blues you do little half step or quarter bends just to get a whiny effect. So you're not actually always hitting a note that you'd normally go for, but the sound of the note whining when you're playing a lead break is what you're going for. So here's a half step. Okay, so just train your ear to hear the pitch of the half step and the whole step, and then just try to nail those when you're playing. The other thing is to add some vibrato on top of a bent note. This technique sometimes it's kind of hard. If you're using 13s like some of the blues guys do, it's really hard. I've got 10s on here, so it's not as bad. But what you want to try to do is, once you get the note bent to the pitch, you want the vibrato on top of that. And for you guys that don't know, vibrato is just a singing quality that you add on top of the notes. For instance, here's the note that I'm bending up to. That's the note I'm bending up to. Here's the starting note. So that time I pulled it down, but you're going to do the same thing. Now, you can mix up different techniques, but the whole idea behind the bending is just to, you're starting to have your lead breaks have emotional content when you add the bending and add the vibrato techniques to it. So that's what you're going for. It shouldn't be something, like I said, a random thing. So here's some bending techniques. You can take two notes from this pentatonic scale and do bent notes with both of them and get a good effect too. So we'll take, but now we'll add some bends to them. But I'm bending up to it once I leave that note from here, bending up to this E. So watch. I have one in there that's a little too far. And that's the note, whole step above this E right here. So here's E, here's the note, and the vibrato's on top of it. And you mix that in, you get a good emotional content to your solos, and you won't get the feel of just rattling off notes. The idea I like to think of, and I think horn players do this a lot too, you're thinking of somebody singing when you're playing a lead break. I don't go for just playing notes for the sake of playing notes, or at least try not to. So you want to try to get you want to get it to be like somebody singing. And for me, of course, I always, you know, like to emulate something that's bluesy or R&B with the lead break, so it's not only note choices and rhythms, but there's an emotional content to it also. So that's what you guys want to go for. Have any more questions, just send them to me and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks.